Hello, we are here. I am Say Reed with WPwatercooler in the hallway track, and we are here in the hallway track at WordCamp Orange County 2016 with Cody Landefeld. Hello.
Hi.
Good to have you on.
It's great to be on.
So we are not here to interview Cody about his rap skills, although those are things that are well renowned within the community. But we do want to talk to you in general just about your WordPress experience. Tell us a little bit about how you came to WordPress. I like to call it your WordPress witnessing story.
Yeah, so I started doing web development in 2001 and home rolled our own CMS and discovered this little open source blogging platform called WordPress in 2005, 2006. Started using it and building sites and never looked back.
So I believe they call that being an early adopter.
I definitely am an early adopter in every single sense of the word or the term.
In this sense of the word, I don't need to ask you about like your Google Glass or anything, but that's literally 10 years that you've been working in WordPress, which in WordPress terms is pretty much the longest that you can have been in WordPress. So it's really rare to see people who are still here and whatnot. Well, there's a lot of people who are still here, but rare to see people who have started that early. So tell me a little bit about some of the changes that you've seen in the community specifically, not necessarily the code. We all know how that's changed, but about the community.
So going to WordCamp specifically, there's just a lot more people, a lot more different types of folks involved with it. Same with the meetups. More and more people are coming around to WordPress all the time, and it's just getting people excited about using it, what they can do with it for not only for their business, but also for their hobbies and all that fun stuff. So I'd just say community grows in numbers, and things just get more and more better and more refined as they go. So mainly just growing and refining, and that's it.
Growing and refining and refining and growing and growing and refining. So, okay, what about WordCamps? How long have you been going to WordCamps? When was your first one, and how did you get into that?
My first WordCamp was 2009, Phoenix, and it was outside in a tent, but it was in cool weather. So that was my first WordCamp. And then my first out-of-state WordCamp was WordCamp Orange County.
What?
2011, and that was a lot of fun.
So tell me about that first WordCamp in 2009 in Phoenix. Was that one of the first WordCamps that were happening at all, or were you involved in it, or did you just attend?
I was just an attendee, and it was back when Matt Mullenweg had super short hair, and nobody knew who he was. And at least in the community per se. And yeah, it was one of the first, but I just went and attended, and the one in 2011 in Orange County I did actually speak at.
Is that the first one that you spoke at?
No, actually my first WordCamp I spoke at was WordCamp Phoenix 2011.
So how many WordCamps have you been to, and how many have you spoken at, if you have some rough numbers out of your brain? We're talking about 10 years of WordPress. So.
It's got to be over like 15 in each respect, I try to speak at all the WordCamps I go to, every single one. No, not really. Trying to get on a roll there.
Good job, Cody. Good job.
I would say I've definitely been in like 15 to 20, spoken to maybe 10 to 15.
How do you, when you're applying to speak, submitting to speak at a WordCamp, how do you go about figuring out what you want to talk about?
I pray out loud, is at the loudest top of my voice. It's actually at a screaming level.
Okay.
And I usually get interrupted by a knock at the door by the police. That's the level of excitement I have when I submit a talk. No, I just think about what type of topic could be useful that I know that I'm good on, or that I know well, and that I know that people will get a lot of value from, and that's what I do. So, yeah, I mean, even more so, like I appreciate one thing to mention again about WordCamps getting better. It's like the level of talks too. I think a lot of people have gotten better at creating better content that's more helpful to the audiences they help and reach, and that's what I'm trying to do as well. So our content is getting a lot better, and I'm using some of that to really spring into better talks and topics that will help people as well.
Do you you own a basically a WordPress development studio, right?
Yes,
we call
I
it that, I guess. And you have been making WordPress, and you also attend WordCamp. So are you more of the hallway track, not this hallway track, but more of a hallway track person? Do you go to the talks? Do you find value in the talks yourself personally?
Some talks I do. To be honest, at this point, my biggest interest is, so to answer your question, I do have a WordPress firm, agency, whatever you want to call it. And my focus, I'm not an engineer. I'm not so much of a designer anymore. I'm more so focused on running the business. So the talks that interest me are the talks that are more focused on business-centric thinking, or how to improve your business, or how to give more value to clients, and just kind of all that type of thinking are more interests me. So I don't make it to all of the talks that I'd like to anymore, because I like the hallway track. I want to talk when the mic's like right here and just say, thank you.
We can both talk at the same time. It's okay.
They're like, wait, I wasn't finished.
That's okay. If you have more to say, just get it all in there.
But like, not
every
even
last drop
for it to come back to me. I just want to like.
Well, all that aside,
invasion of personal space.
There's no such thing in this at all. We're fine. It's WordPress. We're all very close. So that's how you find your talks. Have you ever been involved in organizing a WordCamp?
I'm not, but my wife is organizing WordCamp Phoenix coming up that's the wrong date. October 1st and 2nd. Tickets go on sale this coming week, and she's helping organize, not me. I'm just sponsoring.
You just show up. You show up and eat the barbecue.
Sending some money. I hope they'll accept me to speak at that one. We'll see. Got to rep the hometown, you know?
Hopefully they do a blind test there for that one. Okay, so looking forward to WordPress in the future, either WordCamps or something that's happening with the code or something that's happening with the community. What are you most excited about coming up in the next year or so of WordPress?
Just excited to see what the platform is going to continue to support to make not only help our clients have an easier time managing their sites, but also creating sites that are more effective. It's exciting to see it take shape that way. And then on the community level, I like the events. Like, I want to go to more WordCamps that are based in places I haven't been. Like we went to Europe last year, so I want to go to Europe next year, and as well as just other areas and cities and states I've never been to.
It's more about the destination. It's a destination conference than necessarily about whatever is going on in that community there.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say that's the case.
I call them out. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Well, hey, thank you for chatting with us. And
thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Why don't you just plug the name of your company right there?
Modeeffect, modeeffect.com, @Modeeffect, facebook.com/Modeeffect. @Modeeffect on LinkedIn, and just Google Modeeffect, and you'll find our
Modeeffect your face, really, is how I would say that. All the things.
I'm proud of that, because when we rebranded a couple of years ago, the person we worked with was very diligent to find all that, and it was Shayna Rosen.
Shout out with the correct name. All right. Cody, you are always a pleasure to talk to and so much fun. I recommend you search YouTube also.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I recommend you search for some of Cody's raps on the interwebs. I'm just going to plug that on SoundCloud. Check that out also.
For free on SoundCloud.
So thank you, Cody, for talking with us. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.
I just think that's fun to come over. It's not
Okay.
Not in a pervy way, but just all right. Goodbye. Not